Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2013 Ford Taurus SHO. Up front is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. And if you want to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive where we'll be writing a complete article about the SHO. But let's get back to that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. Well, it's actually the same engine found in the sport version of the Explorers. It's actually a kind of common power plant for Ford at the moment. It's an Ecoboost engine, and what Ecoboost means is it's Ford's turbocharged engines that are efficient. So basically, when you're out of boost, they're really efficient engines, but when you need that extra power, say you're gonna pass someone on the road or you're gonna pass someone on the highway, something like that, you need that little extra boost, the turbos help out with that. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get the power when you need it, but when you don't need it, you get the fuel efficiency, and that's really cool. That being said, it puts out almost 400 horsepower. I believe it's 365 horsepower to all four wheels. This car is also all-wheel drive. It's really an adequate amount of power. I mean, it really, truly, it's a quick car. It's a very quick car. Now, it is about 4,300 pounds for that 365 horsepower, but still, it's faster than most. Paired to it, like I said, is that 6-speed automatic transmission, which can be shifted with the paddles behind the steering wheel. Now, this doesn't mean that the car gives you full control to shift. You can't just sit at the rev limiter. The car will eventually shift for you, so it kind of kicks you out sometimes, but that being said, it is fun to play with the paddles. And then it is an all-wheel drive car, like I mentioned earlier, which is really nice for the wintertime, but also if you're into that straight line speed sort of stuff, there's no messing about. This car grips. Now let's talk about the interior, because surprisingly, or at least surprisingly to me, there's a lot to talk about. In front of me I have 3 gauges, really 2 screens and a gauge. In the center is the speedometer. But on the right, I have an entertainment. You can switch up these pages, but on the right, it's just whatever you want. On the left is my tachometer and fuel, as well as water temperature. And that can all be changed with the buttons on the steering wheel. Speaking of which, on the right, I have the controls for the middle screen, which we'll get to in a second. To the left, I have controls for the screens in front of me. I also have cruise control and audio, Bluetooth phone, that sort of stuff on the steering wheel for hands-free calling. To the right, I have a touchscreen entertainment system. You can do a bunch of different stuff. This is where you control the heated seats. All your different options are found through this area. Down below that, we have a giant tuning source sound control module, as well as the heating and cooling controls. To the right of the stereo is actually the trunk release button, which I thought was interesting. I thought that's a really weird place to have a trunk release button, is right next to the radio. Down below that, in a little cubby hold, there is the auto parallel parking. Yes, this car will parallel park itself with the sensors around you. You pull up next to a car, you hit the button, and it'll back into the spot for you. I think that's super nice. There's also the traction control off button, the sunshade button. So behind me, unfortunately, it's actually disconnected on this car because this car was outfitted with a bunch of emergency lights. But there is a sunshade that'll go up in the rear, which is super nice. Then there's your shifter, which can be put into sport mode, a giant cubby hold that shows your cup holders, and then just the center console. Something interesting about the center console is that when you open it up, there's no aux cord, which for 2013, sure, okay, I get it, but there's 2 USB ports, an SD card reader, yeah, an actual SD card, which I just took out, and it says navigational system fault. I guess that's for the navigation, but there's the red, yellow, and white cables that you would find on a PlayStation 2. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could plug in your PS2 and play some Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the center screen. But they don't have an aux cord in 2013. Highest trim level doesn't even have an aux cord. I gotta be honest, that's not cool. Now, getting back to the seats, these seats are heated, they are cooled, and they have a massage option. This is the first car I've reviewed that has a massage option. And right now, I have the butt setting on, and it's not aggressive. It's not like it's not like someone's punching you in the back. It's just, I assume it's inflating and deflating, I guess, just sacks, I guess, but it's just slowly inflating and deflating, and it just kind of keeps your legs moving. You could also set the back setting. It just kind of keeps your back moving. So on long car trips, you don't get out of the car stiff, which is a huge feature. And that's something that's really underrated about this car, and I didn't realize about the SHO, but these cars are comfortable. These things, they're pretty much Lincolns. At this point, they're plush like Lincoln, especially the SHO, which is the highest trim level. These are just nice. These are nice, very nice cars. But going back to the seats, the rear seats are actually heated as well. So if you have 4 passengers, all of them can get heated seats. And looking over, I really do like the stitching of the seats. The seats are leather, but they say SHO in them, which is a nice reminder that you're driving something a little bit nicer than stock. I like it when they do that with like gauges. As old Ford SVTs, they had SVT gauges. But it's really nice that these are, they say SHO on the seats. It's a really nice reminder. There is a sunroof, which is awesome. It is a push-to-start vehicle. Another nice feature. One thing I don't like about the interior is the turn signal. The turn signal, when you hit it, it goes back to the center. And that's just really annoying to me. And you just kind of flick it and it blinks 3 times and that's it. I guess that's nice for passing. But if you want it to stay on, you really got to muscle it down. And it just seems like it's just too much effort for a blinker. I'm really, really blown away by how just nice this car is. It's really nice to drive. It's quiet. I know I always end up talking really loud in these videos, but this car is genuinely pretty quiet. It's plush. I'm getting massaged right now, and yet I have 365 horsepower at my disposal. These cars are quick. The SHOs have been made for quite some while. They'll make an SHO for a while, and then they won't, and then they will again, and then they won't. But they had a 90s SHO was a V8 that was stick shift. And supposedly they would beat the Mustangs of the day. The family sedan, the big body sedan, would beat the Mustangs of the 90s. That's crazy. Another thing I really like about the SHO is the outside, and what I mean by that is the exterior. It looks classy. It looks nice. If you tell someone that you drive a Taurus, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like a Taurus, those are all bubbly cars from 2001 that have all been sent to the scrapper. But this doesn't even feel like a Taurus to me. This feels way nicer. It almost feels exclusive to me. And now I understand why these are actually perfect candidates for police cars. I did a Crown Vic review, which is a police car, a very long time ago. And what I remember very distinctly about the Crown Vic was just how comfortable it was. It almost felt like I was sitting in a couch. And while I don't quite feel like I'm sitting in a couch, this seat almost feels like a lazy boy. It's even massaging me like a massage chair you'd buy at IKEA. I don't know how many different ways I could say that this car is super comfortable and a lot higher quality than I expected out of Ford, honestly. A lot of the other Fords that I've reviewed, pretty much my overall thought was they're good performing cars, they're well performing cars, but their interiors are pretty lackluster. And that's really the opposite story with the SHO. Actually, no, it's not the opposite story. This is still a very well performing car. It just also has the nice features of the interior. And so I've read articles, I've seen videos of people taking these cars, they mess with the ECU, they give it a chip, exhaust, tune, sometimes even better turbos, and these things, they're little speed demons. People run these things against other turbocharged all-wheel drive cars, and a lot of the times they don't lose. So really, I can't understand buying any Taurus other than the SHO. I don't know why you would. This thing has it all. This thing is an awesome daily driver. It's so comfortable, and I feel comfortable driving it after a couple of minutes. So after I get acquainted to all the buttons and stuff, I'm set. This was definitely eye-opening for me, this review. I didn't expect this level of quality out of Ford. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fun out of a corner. You did good, Ford. You held up the SHO name. The SHO lives on. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something about the 2013 Ford Taurus SHO. If you want to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.
There goes a sight from my soul.